All right, welcome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another live episode here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Daryl Muhammad. Happy to be with you, brothers and sisters, here on this evening in July. 7 months. We're in the seventh month. Brothers and sisters, this year is almost gone, right? But welcome. We're happy you decided to be with us this evening for another episode. You know what episode this is? 115. Can you believe that? We've done 115 of these episodes here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. So this is very historical. You're part of history in the making. So don't take any of your time lightly. Don't take this hour of power lightly, because you're embarking on history. As we do more and more and more of these, brothers and sisters, we're separating ourselves from a whole lot of other ideas, a whole lot of other good intentions that did not last the test of time. It's all about lasting the test of time, brothers and sisters. In order to build wealth, it requires a major element, and that's time. So here at Black Wealth Empowerment, we believe in maximizing our time that we have here with you on the live broadcast here on Sunday evening, brothers and sisters. So welcome to a very historical live broadcast, 115. Now we have an exciting title for you tonight, as we always do. We like to, drill down and deal with topics and themes us to think. Topic and themes that help us get to the core of what we need to know and what we need to understand about building wealth. And the question on the table is, why does only 5% of people and businesses succeed? Why is that? If only, then why is it 95% of the people do not succeed in life or in business? First question, brothers and sisters. And we don't ask that question and answer that question correctly, then we'll by default be a part of the 95%. 95%. And unless that's what you and I want to do intentionally, brothers and sisters, then we should want to intentionally become a part of the 5%. Striving hard to be the best we can be, to be all we can be, to be all that God meant for us to be. That's what I would say is the definition of success. We'll get into that a little bit more later on. We want to welcome you. Some of you guys are just coming in. I know Sundays are traditionally big days for Black folks. We go and worship, we go to church, we go to the mosque, we spend time with our family, go out to eat, come together in the home and eat. So many times it's challenging for us to get away. Just challenge it. I didn't say, it couldn't be done. It's just a little challenging. But anything worth having is worth working for. There's going to be a difficult factor attached to it. All right. So we want to welcome you to this broadcast, brothers and sisters. Now, if you've been with us more than 2-3 times, you should know by now. Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. I heard a saying many, many years ago, and it just really rung true to me. It resonated with my spirit. I knew it was correct. I knew it was right. And I remembered it ever since. I heard a person say that if your goals that you have in life, you can achieve primarily on your own by solely your efforts and your efforts alone, then your goals aren't big enough. Your goals are not big enough. So, brothers and sisters, if we have goals in 2017, 2018, 2019, where we're the primary, participant, or it's solely based on to a great degree our efforts. It doesn't require a team. It doesn't require other people working with you intimately on your goal. Then our goal isn't big enough. So it takes teamwork to make the dream work. So therefore, I'm not here by myself. I have a co-host, right? I should say typically I'm not by myself. Tonight, my co-host, the Courage Coach, Brother Rodney Assad, he might be joining us a little later on. It's very unlikely. He's traveling. As you know, he's a peak performance professional, a peak performance coach. He lives his life empowering other people. And unfortunately, that does not require, or that does not allow him all the time to do it from home using technology. He has to go where the people are. Right, so he's traveling now. He'll be landing right about this time. He's going to try to get his car and get to the hotel before the hour of power is up. But if not, right, you're here, I'm here. Get the party started. And you know, I have another co-host, Sister Brandy, our membership coordinator. Brothers and sisters, be mindful and in prayer for her. She said she wasn't able to make it just at the last moment. She's not able to make it due to family emergency. Right? She didn't say what it was. Right? I respected the fact that she said it was an emergency and she needed to deal with it. And what level of emergency it is not relevant for her to have to explain it. For her, she needs to go handle it. Right? We have to understand wealth on all levels. We have to understand that wealth is not just money. Wealth is relationships. Wealth is family dynamic. Wealth is that which is provided for you and I of abundance in all areas of our lives. That's the true definition of wealth in layman's term, in comprehensive terms. All right. So Brother Rodney Assad hopefully will be joining us. All right. If not, then he's traveling. He's trying to get to his hotel. And Sister Brandy, let us be in prayer for her, brothers and sisters. All right. So here we are. Broadcast 115, brothers and sisters, 115 here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. What is our mission? Some of you guys are watching it for the first time. Some of us are watching this on the replay for the first time. And some of us just need to be reminded. You know, we have to keep our goals constantly in front of us, not pull them out of a binder, right? Not pull them out of a briefcase, right? Not open it up from a binder or briefcase or some kind of folder. We should keep it in front of us at all times. Our job here, our intention here, our purpose here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, brothers and sisters, is to pull back the black curtain so we can see what others who understand wealth, who are building wealth, understand. We're here to close the gap between what we already know and that which we understand. When it comes to wealth, brothers and sisters, of all areas of our lives, financially in particular, we as a people, there's a gap between what we know and then the gap between what we understand. Different categories, if you will, two different dynamics, two different variables, and then we have gaps in each of them separately. So when you put them together, the gap doubles, the gap multiplies, brothers and sisters. And that's what we have to address. That's where everything that we're looking for, that we have individually as Black people and as a group, that's where it's found. It's found in the gap. It's found in the gap, brothers and sisters. So we do our best to pull back the black curtains so we can expose and we can discuss and we can expound on this gap so we can close the gap. And how do you do that, Daryl? You do that by raising the level of consciousness, the level of awareness as it pertains to, first of all, what is wealth, the concept of wealth, the overall understanding of wealth, and then we can apply it to specific areas of our lives. Too often, brothers and sisters, we understand things, if at all, in the micro, but we don't understand it in the macro. So at best, we're good at something in the micro, and we fail at it in the macro. We're good when it comes to efficiency at work and competency at work and communication at work and persistence and diligence at work and sharing and understanding at work and dealing with the diversity of personalities at work, micro. But when we have to increase that, broaden that, to include family members, to include relatives, to include our community, we don't apply the very things that we applied earlier that day at work. Micro, macro, there's a gap. We have to close that gap, and we close it by raising the level of consciousness, the level of awareness. We have to be aware of the gap, and we have to close the gap. We're going to talk about that in tonight's subject, why only 5% of the people and businesses succeed. It has to do with closing the gap. It has to do with raising up our level of consciousness. Raising up our level of consciousness. That's what it should be about. And that's how we can get where we need to get, brothers and sisters. And that's what we deal with here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. That's what we do here. And we do it from different angles. The Courage Coach, he comes on and deals with it from a psychological and a personal development and a self-improvement and from that aspect, the mind. And then we come with the matter. Then I come with the financial piece and understand it in a numerical composition. So we can take the abstract and bring it into the concrete reality. And those two things have to go together. And that's what we do here. And that's what we've been doing by God's grace for the last 115 broadcasts. 15 broadcasts, 115 brothers and sisters. That's why you should share this stream. See, it doesn't have to be on mainstream TV for it to be historical. It doesn't have to be be a social media phenomenon for it to have value. It has value in its uniqueness. It has value in its exclusiveness. It has value in its rarity. That's where value is found, brothers and sisters. So we're happy to bring that to you week after week, after week, after week, after week. We share. We give what God has put on our hearts to give on a weekly basis. But there's something you have to do. Everybody has to do their part. If everybody does their part, then a few won't have to do a lot. See, that's what we have to practice as Black people, brothers and sisters. We have to practice everybody doing their part of the whole piece, of the macro, not just their part of the micro. You have to do that by default. You have to do that involuntarily. But to do it on the macro level, you have to voluntarily do that because it requires a level of understanding, closing that gap, brothers and sisters, closing that gap. So you have a part to do. You have a role to play in this society called Black Wealth Empowerment. This is a community, and everybody in the community has a role to play. Community benefits. So here's what I need for you to do. We call this the social media dance, right? You see those tabs right above? Let's see. See those tabs right above? They're over on my other screen. Those tabs right above this video. Hit them. Hit them so much, try to break them. Right? You have the first one, the Facebook like page. The Facebook like page. The next to that, you have the Facebook page where you send out a message. We want you to put in there hashtag BWE Hangout. BWE Hangout We are live. Go ahead and do that. Facebook on the second button. All right. It's going to open up, give you a box for your message. That's what you put. You put the same thing in Twitter. Same thing in G Plus if you have an account. Same thing, whatever else is up there. Instagram. Is it Instagram? LinkedIn, whatever it is. Pinterest. Send it out, brothers and sisters. Send out the word. Sound the alarm that Black Wealth Empowerment Live is on. Is on the air. And they need to come from near and far to hear the message today. Because, see, you have to understand, you have to put the pieces together. Life is a puzzle that only the puzzle maker, the puzzle, the puzzler, right? The person that's doing the puzzle can do. So go ahead and hit those tabs. Hit those tabs every 3 minutes. Now, if you're watching it on the replay on our YouTube channel, then right below you see, I think, a Twitter, a Facebook, a G Plus button. Go ahead and check those boxes and send it out. And do that every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes, brothers and sisters. Can't be bashful. Scared money don't make money. Remember that. Scared money don't make money. So you can't be scared in your pursuit of wealth, in your pursuit of happiness, in your pursuit of prosperity, in your pursuit of your purpose, in your pursuit of his promise to us. You can't be weak. You can't be shy. You can't be bashful. All those things are anti-wealth. Anti-wealth. So you have to share, brothers and sisters. That's all part of God's ecosystem. You have to share. Everything feeds into each other. And if one stops, the circle of motion stops. So share this stream every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes, brothers and sisters. Need for you to do that right now, all right? Share this stream. Because here in the next few minutes, if Brother Rodney Assad doesn't come on, I'm going to go into tonight's topic. Why only 5% of people and businesses succeed? We have to ask that question, and we have to answer it. We have to answer it. You know, I learned in college, and maybe like you learned in college, about test taking, right? And they used to tell us that answer every question, even the ones you don't know. Because if you don't answer the ones that you don't know, then it's a 100% guarantee you will get those wrong. So at least by answering a question that you don't have a clue what the answer is, you increase your chances of getting it right from 0 on up. That's a formula we can use in life. You fail when you don't try. That's when you fail. You fail when you don't answer the question. That's how you failed that one question, because you didn't answer it. Right? So that's what we need for you to do. We need to answer these questions. Tough situations that require tough answers have to be asked with tough questions. If you have a tough situation, then try to put together a specific, equally as tough question. And by you and I attempting to whatever degree of success to answer that very tough question that matches the tough circumstance, there lies our answer. There lies our progress. There lies our success. We're going to talk about tonight, why does only 5% of the people and businesses succeed? If you want to win, if you want to succeed, brothers and sisters, you are at the right place at the right time. Every 3 minutes, share. Hashtag BW Hangout. Share. And the replays on YouTube, hit those, check those boxes below and send that out. You know, you want to be an ambassador of good news. You want to be the ambassador of goodwill. You want to be the ambassador of wealth promotion. See, because like begets like. That's a law of the universe, right? You might have remembered a documentary came out back in 2009, I believe, called The Secret, the Law of Attraction, right? But you got to put a lot of information out there, brothers and sisters. You got to put a lot of information out there. You got to be a lot of the right information, a lot of the same information. And you got to push it out there so it can go all the way around, whatever the circular motion it has to make of good that you do to get it back to you. You got to be willing to push it out there until it starts showing back up on your doorstep like a boomerang, right? You throw it out there, right? And you hope you're giving it enough so it can swing on back around. That's what you have to do, brothers and sisters. That's what you have to do by sharing this stream. Sharing this stream, because we give you some nuggets, right? Just go to our YouTube channel, go to YouTube, put in Black Wealth Empowerment, right? I'm excited. I'm in the process of getting our own BWE YouTube channel and getting all of them all in one place, right? Just like you have a different channels on TV, on cable. This is the sports channel. This is the talk channel. This is the religious channel, right? And YouTube is just television. Modern day, it's the new TV with self-programming. You program your own shows. So we're in the process of coming up with our own BWE channel on YouTube. The TV is YouTube, a channel, BWE. We're going to put all the BWE live streams there. So you just turn your channel to BWE and watch 115 of them, 120 of them, 130 of them, 140 of them, and on and on and on and on. See, brothers and sisters, one thing we have to understand in the science of life, if you're not growing, you're dying. That's the science of life. So we're growing here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. We're excited that our members are coming on a weekly basis and doing live streaming right here in our own private Facebook group. Yeah, we have our own private Facebook group, brothers and sisters. The private, the elusive, the exclusive BWE Facebook group. That's where it's happening. That's where it's really going down. Right? That's where we do a lot of networking. You know, we do a lot of sharing of different articles, different quotes, things that are empowering, wealth empowering. It's called Black Wealth Empowerment. Wealth empower all of our members contributing to one community. See, brothers and sisters, we got to get back to this communal living, this communal mindset. See, if we were really into that like we used to be back prior to integration, then social media, black folks would be blowing social media up. We'll have some of the best, most active, most comprehensive, most engaging communities, because that's what these are. These platforms are here so we can formulate communities. There's no reason why we're not closer now in a community sense with social media. See, we're missing it, brothers and sisters. I'm studying social media every day. I swear, every day, all through the day. We're treating it like a distribution system, right? Instead of treating it as a place to socialize. We're doing social. I'm not saying we're not socializing, but we're treating it more like, here's my content. Here's my content. Here's my content. Here's my content. Here's what I'm doing. Now, you know, when it's shifting and when we're understanding that it's a social media, it's intent for socializing, then it'll be a dialogue back and forth. Then when somebody posts something, you and I will be more engaged. Well, as a matter of fact, we'll be looking in social media to engage. We'll be looking in Twitter, in Facebook, in Instagram, in all those other places. That is social media. That is social driven. we'll be looking for conversations. If we're not starting one, we'll be looking to engage in one. That's what we have to understand, brothers and sisters. We got to close the gap from what we know, what we don't know, what we understand, what we don't understand. Those are the gaps that have to be closed. See, and then we'll start being able to maximize social media. See, social media is new. It's really only, what, about 10 years old? Social media, Facebook, right? If it's that old. So this social media concept is new to everybody. So don't feel bad. That's why I'm studying every day. Every day I'm studying Gary Vee. Every day. Did I say every day? That meant yesterday and the day before? Yeah, every day. Because I know I need to catch up, because I know I got to wrap my mind around it. I know I gotta comprehend. I gotta be able to understand what's the difference between Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter. How do you use those separately? Do you use one different than the other? Do you use a wrench different from a screwdriver, different from a pair of pliers? But they're all tools. Social media, all of those different platforms are tools, and you use them specifically, and you use those differently. But if all we're going to do is just, do the same thing, that's like me, who have 4 daughters, and you might have some children, right? You don't treat them all the same, or at least you shouldn't, because they have all different personalities. One's a little bit more sensitive than the other, so you got to take that in consideration. One's more outgoing than the other. You have to take that in consideration. One more verbal in expression than the other, so you got to take that in consideration. Only the unaware or ignorant treat them all the same, and they're not flexible to the different personalities. Okay, so hit the share buttons again. Hit them. Hit the share down there at the bottom, right down the bottom on our YouTube channel, brothers and sisters. We're going to continue this program just until. We're going to tweak it, make it better until. We already got the longevity in. Now we need for you to bring the people, to help us bring the people, help us bring the people, help us bring the people. So this can be a several hundred attendee broadcast every week. And then those of you who have a message, those of you who have a product or service, those of you who have something worthwhile to promote, we can bring you on as a guest. And then you can promote on our platform. Then you can promote to the community that you helped build. See, we're trying to get something from something we didn't build, because we don't want to do the work. And in that lies the 95% that don't succeed. So, brothers and sisters, let's go ahead and get into that right now, as we're at the bottom of the hour. Look like the Courage Coach is still tied up trying to get to his hotel. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get into the message, and then we'll let you go. Right? Because I heard something years ago that has been ringing in my ear, and I tried to use that as a way to measure my efficiency. I heard a saying years ago that says, a wise man speaks in brevity. A wise man speaks in brevity, in brief, in short words, and short phrases, and short paragraph, because he chooses his words selectively, to whereas a lot is in a few words. A lot is in a few words. A wise man speaks in brevity. Let me turn this off. A wise man speaks in brevity. Brief sentences, paragraph, words, right? Because his vocabulary is so precise. His thoughts are so precise and clear and efficient. So he says words that mean exactly what he means. Not, you know what I mean, right? They don't say phrases like, you know what I mean, because they say what they mean and they mean what they say. So to be brief, efficient, That's how people can get a lot done in a short period of time, because it's boom, 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 boom. And if they're in a room, in a meeting, in a conversation with someone who's not efficient at all, and they're dragging on, they'll interrupt them. So what's the point? I got you. So what are you getting at? Because they're taking too long to make the point. And a wise person is very protective of his or her time, because they know that's the most valuable commodity that God has given them is time. TIMELIFE. Four-letter words, right? So tonight, brothers and sisters, we're going to talk about why only 5% of the people and businesses succeed. Why only 5%? Now, some of you all who, like to split hairs, I say the, you say the, I say tomato, you say tomato, I say potato, you say potato. Some of you guys that are like that, we understand. It take everybody to make the world go round, right? Some of them say, where you get the 5% from? Succeed. I'm successful, right? I'm successful. How do you relate success and quantify it to only 5% of the people? Well, brothers and sisters, they have actual statistics out there that people have done, companies have done, that has given us percentages, some quantitative quantity, right? I'm trying to say the word quantity, a number that we can wrap our mind around to get it out of the abstract of the number of people who are dissatisfied with the job that they have. They're dissatisfied with their career. They're dissatisfied with where they live. They're dissatisfied with the amount of money that they're making. They're dissatisfied with the amount of money that they have in the bank. They're dissatisfied with their retirement is looking like. These are quantitative figures and numbers that will help us, determine other conclusions. Well, if 70%, 80% people are don't like the job that they're at, then it's very, very, very hard for you and I to be successful if we're doing something that we don't like. They'd rather be doing something else, right? It's not bringing them satisfaction. Their career is not satisfying them. It's just a means to pay their bills. And so there's no way in the world that can be success. No, I think Napoleon Hill says success is a worthy goal, is a pursuit of a worthy goal. See, that brings you happiness. That brings you a level of success. He didn't say accomplishment. He said the pursuit of a worthy goal. See, the journey, not the destination. The journey, the pursuit. Oh, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm learning more. I'm figuring it out. Oh, it's becoming clearer and clearer. Oh, I'm learning that other people were in a worse situation than me and they overcame. They succeeded. Oh, I'm 52 years old, Daryl, but I just figured out that it's not too late. Colonel Sanders became famous with his chicken recipe in the 70s when he was 70 years old, in his 70s. Walmart in his whatever 60s, 50, whatever it was. He wasn't in his 20s, 30s. You know why? The Holy Quran says that a man doesn't mature until he's 42, in his early 40s. Why does only 5% of people in businesses succeed? What happens is we're happy because we settled. We're happy because we settled. We discontinued the pursuit. We discontinue the drive and the quest because it had too much work involved. It had 1, 2, 3, 4 too many disappointments, discouragements, frustrations. And those things require emotional stability, emotional EQ, emotional intelligence, not IQ, EQ. And that's something that we would have to have acquired when we're a child. If not, we can acquire it later on in life. But we have to overcome what we didn't acquire as a child first, and then we can build from there. So succeed. Are you living the life that you designed perfectly, precisely? Most people not. And if so, then we have to ask ourselves, was it big enough? Am I living in my God-given purpose? Am I living my potential? The only way you know you're living your potential is that you have to press, keep on pressing. Don't give up and see what's your maximum output. How do you know what's the fastest you can run if you're always jogging? Right? You never sprint. You always jogging. This is the fastest I can run. This is my potential. This jog right here, this pace right here I'm on. Yeah. This is the fastest I can go. This is my maximum potential. Have you pressed that? Have you tried to run faster than that? No. Oh yeah, a long time ago. But no, not in the last 15, 20 years. So what happened to our potential? It's not there anymore. Just because we're not trying to pursue it is not there anymore. How do we know unless we try, unless we challenge our present situation, our present condition, unless we challenge our current situation? Not that it has to be bad, but it's current. It's where we are now. It's what we made comfortable for ourselves. So the reason why, brothers, I got some pointers real quick. We want to hit them and then we'll let you go. You got another 5 minutes. This is the reason why only 5% of the people or businesses succeed financially. And that's why this is why Black wealth empowerment is so vitally important, brothers and sisters. If it was just as easy as you just learning about stocks and bonds, that's easy. If it was just easy about you learning how to trade foreign exchange, foreign currencies, that's easy. Computers will do that for you. Then, as they said, if it was easy, all of us would be doing it. If it was easy, all of us would be rich. It'll be a phenomenon. I mean, it'll be just. I mean, you'll look up one day, this person have new house, this person have a new car. It just be popping up like popcorn all around us. If it was that easy, but it's never that easy. Don't believe the hype. It's never that easy. If everybody's not doing it, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, brothers and sisters. Here's what we have to understand. Here's point number one. We have to know what to do. We have to know what to do to get out of debt. We have to know what to do to start building wealth. We have to know what to do, right? To start investing. We have to know what to do. We have to become aware. We have to become aware. Our consciousness has to go up. Oh, now I know what I didn't know before about the importance of good credit. Oh, I'm aware now. I know what I didn't know before about the different ways of investing to generate passive income. We have to know what to do. We have to become aware. We have to become conscious. Then after that, step number two, we need to know how to do it. All right. Now I'm aware that my muffler is bad because it's making all this noise. I'm conscious of the fact that it's my muffler that's bad. I'm aware that it's my muffler that's bad. Now, how do I do it? Meaning, how do I get it fixed? Right? Who do I go to now? Now I have to have the knowledge of what to do or where to go to get it done. Step number two, I have to know how to do it. Now I need to know how to do it, how to get my credit done, how to invest in real estate, how to invest in the market, how. Number two, how to do it. How to do it. Now the knowledge comes in. You don't need knowledge just to be conscious and aware. Oh, you know that, cancer's at an all-time high. See, that's being aware, being conscious. See, that's knowing what to do. Right? I'm aware. Now I need to be aware. What do I need to do? I need to be aware of my health now. Because cancer is at an all-time high. Stroke, heart attack. Number 2 is now I need to know how to look out for my health. How to make sure I don't set myself up for a heart attack, stroke, cancer. Now I need to know how. How do I do this? Oh, I got to eat right. Oh, I got to exercise. Oh, I got to, lower the intake of sugar. Number 2 is how to do it. That's knowledge. Then number 3 is the way we have to have the willingness to do it. The willingness to do it. A lot of us know if we want to get rid of belly fat, awareness, consciousness, right? Know what to do. We know how to do it. Do your sit-ups. Do your crunches. But we don't have the willingness to do it. Step number 3, the willingness to do it. We don't have the willingness to do it, meaning that we're not willing to commit our mind, our body, our spirit, our energy. Spirit and energy is one. Spirit and energy to what it is that we want. We're not willing to do it. We're not willing to do it, brothers and sisters. Right? I'm not willing to get up and jog. I'm not willing to do my sit-ups before I go to bed. I'm not willing to, prep my food 2-3 days in advance. I'm not willing to put forth my energy, my time, my effort. I'm not willing to do that. I got the first 2 locked down, but I stumble on number 3. Why do only 5% of people in business success? Because they know what to do. They know how to do it, and they're willing to commit their mind, their body, their energy, and their spirit to their goals, to accomplishing the life that they want, the life that they believe they deserve. They're willing to do those things, to live in their full potential, to see what that full potential is. What's the maximum that they can live? That's living your full potential. Number 3, willingness to do it. And number 4, they just do it. They commit to it. They have the willingness. Now they do it. Now they do it. They're able to do it. You can be willing, have all the will in the world to get up and jog, but if you're paralyzed, you can't do it. The 5% that are successful in business and in life, they're willing to do it, meaning they're willing to take massive action, and they don't quit, brothers and sisters. They might change course. They might make a couple of detours. They might make a couple of course corrections, but stopping, that's not an option. They take massive action, massive, 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 massive action. Not sometimes, not most of the times, not if it's a work day, all the time. Every day, they're making motion. They're taking massive action in the direction of their goals and aspirations. And massive action, brothers and sisters, can only be for 35 minutes at a time, 40 minutes at a time. It don't mean you just running all day, all night, just, like you crazy and, you on crack or something. No. Massive mean it's concentrated and it's pushed forward in a short period of time. You go, in 20 minutes, you on the phone, you making calls, 30 minutes making calls. There's a book that I have, a planner that I'm gonna start using here. It's called Productivity Planner, and it's a system. It's called something, starts with a P. But where you block off 30 minutes and you just work nonstop, hard, quick, massive action in 30-minute blocks, and then you take a 5-minute break.
And then you hit it again hard for 30 minutes, uninterrupted. You're not stopping to go to the bathroom. You're not stopping to get a snack or drink some water or anything. All that's at your desk. You're going 30 minutes hard. Then you take a 5-minute break. Number 4, brothers and sisters, is just do it. Take massive action. If all you have is 2 hours to work on your wealth building plan, then those 2 hours, you go hard, right? You do it uninterrupted. That's what you do, brothers and sisters. That's what the 5% do, that the 95% don't do. And where the 95% quit, the 5% keep on going. Where the 95% don't plan, the 5% plan and execute. They follow those 4 steps: what to do, how to do it, willingness to do it, and just do it. Don't need approval. Don't need to check it off with nobody. I mean, it's not about them, brothers and sisters. The God-given potential that he put in your soul, in your spirit, in your heart, in your bosom, in your belly, he gave it to you. That's yours. That's not yours and boo. That's not yours and your partner, your business partner. If you got it in your belly and your business partner don't have it, that means he gave it to you and he wants you to activate it. He wants you to take action on it. What God has put in your belly, brothers and sisters, of good desires, it doesn't need no co-signing. That's where you and I make a mistake. Well, let me check it off with who? We messed up right there. We back in the 95. The 95% got to check off on somebody. The 5% make a decision on their own and they move out on it and they worry about explaining it later. They worrying about how somebody gonna feel about it later. Why does 5% of people succeed in life and in business? I just shared with you what has taken me up to this point in my life. 30 years on this journey of wealth building and personal development and living and learning contrary than what the masses of the people are living and learning. If you and I do what the masses of the people do, we will get what they get. If we learn from the same source that the masses of the people learn from, we will get what they get. If we think the way that the masses of the people think, we will get what we see the masses of the people get. And if that's okay, then that means that we're not desirous to live our full potential. We don't want to see what our full potential is that God has ordained for us. We're not interested in that. We're comfortable being in this group of people. I can hide in a group of people. See, the 5% that succeed in business and life, they don't want to hide. They're not trying to hide in the crowd. They're looking to stand out. They're looking to be different. They don't mind wearing a different color suit that everybody else wearing. They do that on purpose, brothers and sisters. It's a mindset that they have. Because they don't want what they see the mass of the people have, worrying about medical, Medicare, what's it called, Affordable Care Act. 5% say, you know what? I'm going to eat right, I'm going to exercise, and I'm going to work towards having enough money so I don't have to worry about that. God, give me enough time with good health to get enough money. Well, I don't even have to worry about that. That's what the 5% spend their time focusing on, not trying to keep up with Donald Trump. Donald Trump got enough money. He don't need no health care. So how sensitive can he be? Or any one of them up there? Because the politician got the best health care in America. The best. I heard they got their own hospital for just for them. The politicians with the best doctors. If not, the government will pay for them to come down here to Houston to the #1 cancer center in America, and some say in the world. So, brothers, so that's our message for tonight. Share this stream. Share. Hit those tabs. Hashtag BW Hangout. Send the message out. Don't do what 95% of the people. All you got to do is look out your window. All you got to do is turn on your TV and see what the 95% of the people are doing. Do the opposite, so says Holton Bugs. Look in the mirror. Look at your actions that got you thus far. And if you know you can do better, Daryl, if you know better is in you, Daryl, and if you know God wants more for you, Daryl, then you need to change your past actions. Try the opposite and see what that does for you. And then we'll have data, right? So we can take the best of the past and the best of the present so we can make it the best future that we've ever seen in our lives. God is more powerful than Donald Trump. He'll have you prosper in the midst of decline. But we got to believe it, and we have to do those 4 things I just covered. Brothers and sisters, thanks for being here for broadcast 115. We got some exciting things coming. We got another one of our members going live this week. We're going to have a member to go live every week, maybe 2, right? Because we're going through this process, brothers and sisters. By the end of the year, we're just going to have active members in BWE. I guarantee you, and I give you my word. We're just going to have active members, meaning that they're going to volunteer, or when we tap them on the shoulder, they'll say, no problem, I'll do it. But if you don't fit in one of those 2 categories, you got just a few more months to be here, because we got to trim the fat, right? We're going to have our own YouTube channel, Black Wealth Empowerment YouTube channel. That's where all the Black Wealth Empowerment broadcasts are going to go up, all 115 of them. So you can just go to one YouTube channel and find all that you need. Right now, they kind of concentrated in one site, but it's not BWE, on one channel, but it's not BWE, and some are spread out. We're about to change that, brothers and sisters. We're about to make it gooder and gooder. So BWE can be part of the 5%. So you can be part of the 5%. All right, brothers and sisters. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're happy that you decided to be here with us. Congratulations. Hit the share button. On the replay is down at the corner. And as we always say, we won't see you at the top. We'll see you at the top, not from the top. Why? Because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserves your very best. Until next time, take care and God bless.